And I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do what I love till my heart stops beating. I'm feeding this demon. Got a taste, can't erase bitterness in my face. Work a job every day till your dreams fade away. Like a card, never change, play the game that we say. I need a break. I'm staying strong, need to move on to be what I want. I'll keep dreaming on. I'm staying strong, need to move on to be what I want. I'll keep dreaming on.
Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Ian's RCs. Coming back at you with the Holiday Buggy build. This is going to be part 4 and hopefully the final build. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. We're going to be attaching the front axles and the back axles and everything to the frame or the chassis. I didn't record myself doing like all the electronics and everything because I mean depending on what receiver and servo and ESC you choose to use will depend on how you need to set it up, so it's not like really missing anything as far as how to. So I'm going to go ahead now. The next step is going to be attaching the front. So you're going to need, of course, your front axle, and you're going to need 4 of the BA8s and 3 of the BC7s. So the first step is going to be to take your chassis, take the front, and you'll see the 3 holes here with the little reset in them. You'll go ahead and match that up with these. And then you're going to get your 3 BC7 screws, which are the flat top recessed screws. Now again, these are metal screws screwing into plastic. So you don't want to wrench real hard on them, just enough to get them tight so you don't strip them out. Everything feels good and flush right there. Double check my servo screws here. Alright. And now that's attached, and then the next step will be to take your steering arms and you're just going to crimp them down. Grab my pliers. Now it says use needle nose pliers. My needle nose pliers ain't strong enough like these are, so I'm just going to go ahead and use these. They work a lot better and easier for me. Now see, when I put that on there, I have a lot of toe in on this side and a lot of toe out on this side. So that's easy fix. Alright, I got it off of there. The thing was a lot easier to pop on there than it is to get off. Alright, so I'll just straighten those out the best that I can with my eyes here and get it to where I want it. And then that one needs to go in, so I'll just go ahead and screw that in a little until it lines up where I want it to be. Now you can adjust it however you want it. Have a lot of toe in, a lot of toe out, have it straight across, however you want it. Must slightly have a little bit of toe in, not much. Alright, that looks good to me. So now I'll go ahead and pop that back on there. Alright, now I'll do the same to the other side. Alright, so there we go. The front's on. There's one more piece for that. And that's going to be your C1 piece. And your 4 BA8s. And you'll see you got your screw holes here. And you got 2 right up in here. And that's where these are going to line up at. And they'll just pop right in there. And you'll just add your BA8 screws. So I'm going to go ahead and get those in there. And then I'll see you guys on the next step. Alright, so now on to the next step, which is step 25 of the build. You're going to need 2 of your BA8 screws and 4 of your BC7 screws, the flat top screws there. Alright, so you're going to take this back axle. Just going to move my wires all out of my way for right now, best I can. They'll stay. Probably not. And then you have 2 screw holes here and your 2 screw holes here. This is going to fit right down in here. Hold this up like this to keep it lined up there. And then your 2 BA8 screws go up top. Alright, and then you'll flip it over. And on the bottom here is where you'll put your BC7 screws. Make sure those are all good and tight. By golly, we got a chassis. Alright, so what's the next step going to be here? The next step's going to be wheels and tires. So I will see you back for that. Alright guys, we're back with step 27 now, which is going to be putting on the wheels and tires and everything. Now, on this step, it shows to put grease on your axles here. That's only if you're using the plastic bushings that come with it. I'm using bearings, so I won't be applying the grease on there. But that's basically your next step. You're going to need your wheels. You're going to need 1 of the BA8 screws, 1 of the BB12 washers, both of the BB or BC10 little hex shafts. You're going to need your lugs. You're also going to need your front body mount piece, and of course your bearings or your bushings or whatever you're going to use. Alright, so first thing, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just attach the front body mount, which is going to be the BA8 screw with the BB12 washer. And right up front here, you can see that little hole there. That's where this is going to fit to. Alright, so then the next step is going to be picking up the tire that I dropped. And then on the front here, you're going to take 2 front wheels. Your back side, if you can see, has these little grooves. Front side is more round. It says Tamiya on it. And then you're going to put your bearing or your bushing, whichever you're choosing to use, right in there. Press it down in there, both sides. Hear the click. Alright, and then take your tire, your lug, and go ahead and put them on. Slide them right on there. Put your lug nut on. Get your hex wrench. It's a little wobbly. Alright, same thing for the other side. Alright, and then we're going to move on to the back. Alright, so the back side is almost just like the front. It's just a tiny bit different. You're going to need your pins. Alright. So now that I got those like I'm supposed to, you will be taking your pin, and if you look here, there's a hole right in there. We'll go ahead and put that pin through there. Alright, there we go. I had forgot to put the bearings in. You want to put those in before you put the pin in. And then go ahead and line the hex up, pop it on there. And then you'll get your back tires. And same as the front. Put them right on that hex there. Alright, it's on there. Get your lug. Now I didn't glue these tires on here. They came already on the rim. They're not glued, but I'm gonna run them the first time. If they hold up, then I won't really worry about it, but if they start to slip or something, then I'll probably glue them. But they seem to be on there pretty good. There we go. We got an RC chassis. Now all I got to do is just connect the motor, and I think it'll be ready to run. Let's go ahead and see what our next step is. Oh, yep. See, connecting the motor. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get the motor connected, and then I'll be right back with you guys. All right. So your next step would be getting all your decals, your light buckets, gas cans, your interior, all that stuff on the body. I already did that part. Here it is. I got it all finished. So we'll be skipping over that right now and moving on to the next piece, which is going to be actually attaching the body and everything. So you'll have the H1 piece, which is your last piece that you're going to be putting on for the body. And then you're going to need your body clips. It says only one, but you need two. I guess it depends on which body post you use, because there's another single one in there too. But and then the TC or BCX screws, you need 2 of those, which are these longer self-tapping screws. Alright, so let's move the buggy on over here. Alright, so according to the instructions here, you want this little clip here facing inward towards the front of the vehicle. And it's going to line up right with the same 2 holes as your shock mount holes. And then obviously it's going to go on the inside or opposite of whichever side you have your shocks mounted on. And that's going to be your BC6 screw. And then go ahead and tighten those down. I'm going to spin this around. I'm not very good at using my left hand with a screwdriver. Alright, there it is. Now the next step will be to put the body on. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and put the battery in it and turn it on and make sure everything's working right. Hopefully we don't see any smoke coming from anywhere. So let me grab my battery and stuff and we'll be right back. Alright guys, got my battery. I'm using the Gens Ace 4000 mAh LiPo battery. It has a Dean's plug on it, but I got these connectors to put me on the Tamiya plug. I already plugged this battery into this and made sure that like my servo and everything was lined up properly. So I know the battery works with this. So I'm going to go ahead and slide it in here. Hopefully it fits. That's one thing I didn't check. It's not going to fit. Wire leads are being blocked by this little piece, which is what closes this. So it won't go down in there to where I can close it because of that. But I think if I took that out, I could put a piece of Velcro in there, Velcro strap, and it'd be just fine. I'm gonna try this to make sure everything's working alright. Hopefully nothing smokes or catches on fire. Hot. I did it! I built an RC and nothing caught on fire.
This time.
Yet. Nothing feels hot, nothing was smoking, everything's working right, nothing was backwards, everything's going the way the right direction it's supposed to.